Directly from Senn High School Studio 231, this is Senn TV Season 3. Starring Cassandra Cabrera, Cameron Fleener, Hassan Gordon, Kendall Jackson Jr., Philip Johnson White, Bill Siddiqui, Paula Trejo, Kayla Williams, and featuring the members of our broadcast journalism wonders. On this episode, we will take a look at the Senn High School talent show. Senn TV crew discusses the Black Panther movie, our new segment, I'm the One, asking the questions with Kendall Jackson Jr., and many other great segments. Let's take it over to our solo anchor.
Microphone's on.
Cameras ready?
Siddiqui.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Action!
What's up, Bulldogs? Today's gonna be a little different with your boy, Bill Siddiqui, running the show single-handedly. To start it off, we're gonna begin with our 4th annual talent show, sponsored by the Pride Alliance in Ms. Zeman, filmed by Cameron Fleener and Paula Trejo. Let's take a look.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Talent Show!
For this year's talent show, sponsored by the Pride Alliance and Ms. Zeman, there were various performances such as singing, dancing, rapping, instrumental pieces, and spoken word. Let's take a look at what our sensational students had to offer. Diana Powitz helped organize the event.
The highlights, I think, was the Thursday night show. We got a lot of, some of my friends came, which was awesome. We had a lot of family members that came. We had a lot of students that came. We had a lot of, some community members came, and everybody was like on their best behavior, and everybody was very respectful of all the acts.
Tigist Atala did a cover of Skinny Love by Birdie. Ariana Torres did a cover of When We Were Young by Adele. Keyshawn Clark rapped his own version of a SZA song. Gabby Nicholas and Chantrell Winfield danced to BBHMM. Sarah Coe did a cover of Sam Smith's song Burning. Adam Smith is here rapping his own song.
Take that cheese so slowly, no, back down slowly. No, you cannot call me. Just all black, I'm low-key. All my girls be okey-dokey, cause I spread that money.
For Senn TV, this is Cameron Fleener.
And this is Paula Trejo reporting.
In light of the recent tragedies, we have Rory Hayes, Cleo Shine, and Azalea Resendez, the main people in charge of the Week of Action, come down to the studio and have them give their opinions. Let's take a look.
I think it's important for like students to know that you have a voice and you have a change. I mean, because they've been teaching us about the civil rights movement since elementary school, you know, and that, like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks, they were sort of like the figureheads of the movement, right? But they're not the ones who started the movement. You know, it wasn't just them who were doing the groundwork for that. There were lots of other people who didn't get their credit, or people who, you know, get a little footnote in an essay or a book, you know, who really built that movement up from the ground. So you need the people to do that.
That doesn't mean that, okay, so technically we are committing a crime by blocking off a public street. So like they can arrest us, but they're only gonna jump in if you commit, like, if you start to get like antsy, if you are in a position where they think that you may hurt yourself or someone else.
What's interesting about this situation is that it's not just like getting a bunch of new people and getting them to protest for the first time. It's also a bunch of our first time organizing, which is a crazy thing, and it's madness, but it's definitely like, and like you were saying before, like there's not like a wiki how on like how to organize a protest, and so a lot of that has been like a learning curve and just like an experience, but it's definitely not just helpful in like the activism aspects of our lives. I think it's helpful in just all political like moments that we have as we go on and as we graduate, especially.
Pigs, all that stuff, because it's not about 12, it's not about any of that, it's about gun control right now, and so don't make it about, you know, don't make it about administration, don't make it about cops, make it about our lack of gun control. Remain silent if a cop starts talking to you. You have you don't have to talk, you have the right to remain silent.
I sort of come from a place where I wasn't very like as involved politically, not especially in terms of like knowing what to do at a protest or knowing like how to sort of conduct myself, because I personally never went to a protest before. So I know, so it was very, very helpful, I think, just to know that kids my age are conducting this, and we go to school with kids who are able to do this, so you get to learn something new about like the real world that you are soon going into. And I think overall, knowing information just sort of about what this issue is extremely important, because like I said, we all come from very different backgrounds. Therefore, our knowledge is very different on the amount of the issue that we know. So we each get to gain something new in this sort of experience that is very, very important.
That would be more impactful.
Yeah, they could. They could.
I feel like we're probably gonna get maybe about 3/4 of the school. Let's not try to cap ourselves.
I think we're gonna get like half of it. Again, even if people are like now, they're like, oh, I'm not really gonna do it, blah blah blah. Like day of, I'm telling you, when we're all walking down the halls, like walk out, like people are gonna be like, oh, you know what?
I'm gonna be out.
We need people 7 periods.
7 periods because we got.
It's just you move on from an issue that, like with the Parkland shooting, students are dead, you know, like lives were lost, and in a week you're over it. You've moved on to the next thing because Kim Kardashian just posted a new picture, or you know, Kylie Jenner had a baby. Like, but do those things actually matter? Do those things actually affect you? I think that in our country it is a habit of ours to ignore like pressing needs, things that actually affect us on, you know, daily situations. And like gun control and gun violence, that is a very real thing in Chicago. And, you know, we're always talking about, oh, Chicago ain't safe, Chicago ain't safe. There's a lot of reasons as to why Chicago is not safe. But one of those reasons can be solved by gun control. So, you know, you want to talk about the problem, but you don't actually want to take steps to fix the problem. That needs to change.
Black Panther. If you haven't watched it yet, what are you doing with your life? We here at Senn TV sat down and had a civilized discussion on this banger of a movie. Let's see what magic Philip Johnson White worked this time.
So, all right, welcome to our first round table, rectangular table discussion. And our discussion will be focusing on Black Panther. And I'll be asking our fellow Senn TV crew members what they thought about the movie. So, pretty much just ask you a question. But, so like, I know I have this opinion, like, where black people are always, the movies are always about somebody being a drug addict or a slave or something.
Or just loud and obnoxious.
Yeah, so do you think, like, Black Panther changed that formula? Or, like...
I mean, in a way, kind of. Like, you know, it was a stepping stone. Like, that was, like, the first, you know, basic. It's a Marvel superhero movie, I guess. I'm not saying the movie's basic. I'm just saying, you know, it's like, it's there, stepping up. But, yeah, it was a stone.
What do you think, this one?
Well, I do think that at the end of the day, it is a superhero movie. So I will say that, you know, don't go into the movie expecting it to be like, you know, it'll change like the way that people perceive people.
Here's a message. Here's a message.
Yeah, there are subtle messages in the movie, but I do think it's still a really great movie.
And what did you think of the main villain, Michael B. Jordan? As not in the appearance way, like in his acting way. What did you guys think?
I can't speak too much on the other Marvel films, since I haven't seen all of them. I've only seen a couple, but for me personally, I thought you know, Killmonger was a really interesting villain, just because he had a lot of depth to him. Usually for the Marvel movies, the villains sort of tend to be on the like goofy side a little bit, so it's hard to take them seriously. So with Killmonger, he really felt like a threat and threatening, and like there was a large amount of tension whenever he was on the scene and whenever he was engaging battle with someone. So I feel like he had, you know, a really good and you could relate to him to a certain degree and understand why he's a bad guy, which I think really makes him a really strong villain rather than I'm just evil because we need a villain for the movie.
So like in Civil War when
he was doing what he was doing.
Right. Marvel films were kind of in a trend. Like, in my honest opinion, the last great villain that Marvel had was back in the first like Iron Man film. And like a lot of those villains afterwards were just like out of the spur, out of the cut villains. It was just like, oh, we're gonna give a little bit of backstory and then give them an evil purpose. Like, well, Killmonger, they didn't really have to try to like connect it with comic book roots or like go out of their way to say, yeah, we know what the comic book's about. They just gave it like a relatable storyline of kind of a versus, because most of the Marvel movies is just like, oh yeah, this dude is gonna randomly drop from the sky and he's gonna threaten the world and that's it. Like, you can't really relate to an alien or relate to a super evil person with no personality.
I mean, I almost wanted Killmonger to win, almost.
Yeah, low-key.
But like when he started going off the edge, I was like, okay.
In some scenes he overacted, like when I can't even spoil it, never mind. But just basically it'll be some scenes is like he was trying to prove that he was real hood, like he was from America, like he was really African American, not Wakandan in a sense, and it'll be like it was some of this like lines, like the way he was expressing it was like really cringy. Yeah. But it was just like he was trying to be in character as much as he can and like trying to distinct himself, because it was some scenes it was just like, oh yeah, he's definitely like, you could tell it's like a universal connection between him and his people that he was like kind of moved away from.
Like nowadays in like 2018, Africans are sometimes looked down upon like other African Americans. So like how you mentioned he was trying to be so American, all that. Like, do you feel like that's actually a real like issue today with like interpersonalities between African Americans and Africans, or it's just like a non-issue to you?
I feel like it's a generational issue. Like, it's something that like all the way back from elementary school that like we always make fun of. Like, we always label Africa as like this poor, you know, underdeveloped third world country, when in reality it's not. But like once you grow up and you kind of look at it yourself, it's just like, you know what, it's not even like that.
So like, what did you think about like the warriors, female warriors and that? Like, what did you think? It was the army. Yeah, the army. What did you think about them? Or they like,
you guys answer. I don't want to like take up the whole conversation.
Yeah. But like, what did you think about them?
I thought it was really well done. Like, I also really applaud them for doing it. Like, there's no... So one thing that the movie does is, like, it never really brings up the fact that women are equal to men. It's just sort of in the movie.
All right, last question. It's kind of a weird one. Marvel or DC? I mean, we all saw BVS, Batman vs Superman, and
like, are we talking about like live action movies?
Yeah, live action. But don't get me started animated.
Like that's not even fair though.
DC kills that.
But that's not even fair though. They're 18 movies in.
It is kind of fair.
It's not. It's really
Marvel's been
contradictory.
doing movies as well, like 19.
It's still fair.
Yeah,
It's still fair.
But no,
Well, if you create that market and you're gonna say this is the main competitor, come on.
If we're talking about a franchise, like we can't even include.
No, don't say franchise. I'm just saying like for the most recent.
Overall?
For the most recent DC movie.
Most recent.
Justice
League. Of course, Black Panther's gonna blow Justice League out the water.
Justice League is man compared to Black Panther.
I mean,
Trash.
I wouldn't say it's trash, but like.
It wasn't all that.
It wasn't all that
It was-
compared to Black Panther.
I think somebody's pulling the hook on this. I think.
But yeah. Anyways, that was it.
This before it gets bad.
That was it. And thank you guys for coming here, even though you're right in the room. But yeah.
I feel like we got invited somewhere super special.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Watusi forever.
We here at Senn TV decided to test our peers' knowledge. So Paula Trejo, Philip Johnson White, and Cameron Fleener went out and asked y'all some trick questions. Let's see what happened.
Do y'all like riddles?
If you do, come get interviewed by Senn TV.
To look like a fool. If a rooster laid an egg on the top of the barn roof, which way would it roll off?
Straight down. That's my answer. Straight down. It would just fall straight down.
How can a man go 8 days without sleeping?
What? What? How can a man go 8 days without sleeping? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Can you try? Try.
I don't know.
Josh, please try.
He goes a week and 1 day without sleeping. I tried. 8 days, 7 plus 1 equals 8. I tried.
What?
Do you?
What? Come on. He goes to sleep at night.
What did you say again? What was the question? What? How does that make sense? That's not funny.
If a rooster laid an egg on the top of the roof barn, which way would it roll off?
It would roll down. Okay, what else? Wait, okay. Do you want like a specific, direction? Yeah, it would roll down, like most likely.
That's your final answer? You're wrong. A rooster can't lay eggs.
Okay.
How can a man go 8 days without sleeping?
I don't know, there's 7 days in a week. Does that make sense? 7 days in a week. Next question. What's the answer?
No, you can't skip a question.
I gotta stay on this question. How can a man go 8 days without sleeping?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm stumped.
He sleeps at night.
Some months have 31 days while others have 30. How many have 28 days?
The year? I don't know. None. The year? I don't know. I don't know. That question is what? All these, I don't know. What is the answer? So I can laugh. What is funny? I'm not even. What?
All months have 28 days, Josh.
All months have 28 days? No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. All months have 28 days?
Yes, they do.
I don't have anything.
How can a man go 8 days without sleeping?
8 days. Okay, you sleep at night.
He's the first one that got that right. Okay. If a rooster laid an egg on the top of the barn roof, which way would it roll off?
Roosters don't lay eggs. Oh.
Bro.
If a rooster laid an egg on top of the barn roof, which way would it roll?
I think it's down. No, I lied. It depends on. Yeah, it depends on how low the roof is. If the roof, yeah, it's gonna roll down. It's gonna roll down.
A rooster don't lay eggs, my boy.
How can a man go 8 days without sleeping?
See, these are just stupid questions. Why?
Can you answer me?
I don't know the answer to that.
Just take a guess.
You can't. I don't know.
Are you sure?
Oh, by staying awake?
Do you give up?
Yeah.
He goes to sleep at night.
I'm done with this.
Some months have 30 days while others 31 while others have 30 days. How many have 28?
I want to say about 7 of the months out of the 13. No, really one though. It's one.
So those are what month?
I want to say 2.
2 months have 28 days. All of the months have 28 days.
Wait. Oh, because it's 13 months.
There's 12.
She's actually wrong because only 1 month has 28 days. You feel me? And that's this month. You feel me? And that's this month. You feel me? This is the only month that has 28 days. You feel me? Because it's February.
Yeah, but in order to
and plus it's a leap year, I think.
First of all, in order to have
In a leap year, it has 354 days instead of 356. So, yeah, that's 2.
365 days
So
a year.
you take away 3 days out every month because 3 days out of every month. So there's 2 leap years every 10 years. All right, yeah. So 2 months out of every 10.
Okay, I don't.
You gotta divide. You divide 6 times 2. So that's what you divide.
6 times 2?
Yeah, you divide that.
You're dividing 12?
Yeah.
Our very own Kendall Jackson Jr. has a very interesting, so to speak, segment in which he asks the guests 3 questions and it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. You're just gonna have to see for yourself.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to whatever I decide to name this segment with your boy, Dr. Captain, Boat Person, Doesn't Swim, Kendall Jackson Jr.
Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. And stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
Who are you?
Jason Locke.
Jason Locke?
Yes. History teacher extraordinaire.
History teacher?
Yes.
Why not her story?
Well, I don't know about the etymology of the word. If you're referring to like the Jesus and his story, or if you're referring to man's history, I can't really speak to that. It's not my expertise. But I just participate in the field.
So you like to live in the past, I see.
I like to analyze the past.
So, you're not that much here in the present, are you?
I think I'm very present.
You know what this is?
That's a cell phone.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was offending you. But I'm going to be reading questions, not from stone, like how you history people probably learned your education.
Got it.
So, first question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor and why?
Pistachio. And first time I had it was in Italy, and it was delicious. And I tend to buy that whenever I look for the ice cream in not the vanilla stock flavor, but like when you go to buy the pints, Ben and Jerry's kind of thing. but I like to get the gelato pistachio.
What if you had a nut allergy? Do you still eat pistachio?
I don't know. I probably wouldn't because I don't know that that would be something that would be worth my while.
Go nuts. All right, what's the best thing about country music?
If you are a country music aficionado, I guess it's the blues aspect of it. It's more the working man's, working woman's perspective of America. I don't particularly like it, so I don't have anything against it. I just don't enjoy listening to it.
So you're not American?
That's not what I said.
Country music is American music.
So if I am a country music fan, then I am American.
You don't ask the questions. You're allowed to.
Got it.
Thank you. What animal are you most afraid of and why?
Seahorses.
Seahorses?
Yes.
Horse of the sea. One day you woke up and you were nothing but water and you realized you were a seahorse. What would you do?
I would be afraid of myself. I would hope there were no mirrors underwater.
Need to get that checked out.
A male can give birth to over 2,000 baby seahorses.
Quality of Donald Trump, which you want to have?
The guiltless nature in which I can make declarations.
China. 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 Germany. Paris. Europe. Obama. I really don't know.
Not the skin tan, not the hair.
Nope.
Really?
Not at all.
Well, I would want a Pez.
Sure. Is that Sleeping Beauty?
Stop asking questions. This is my set, my classroom.
Got it.
You know, I guess it was okay you came on here. I don't shake hands with history teachers. You could shake this, rub your hand.
Shake hands with busts.
It's enough to get me to the boiling point.
But this is my set.
I get it.
Like live at the Apollo, you could rub the head.
I know I can.
You're part of history. You're gonna be shown to all 10 of our fans, which is the crew.
That's awesome.
The 3 excellent students that flame us all the time. The principal, and the assistant principal maybe.
Which one? Oh, that's a question.
We're gonna stop asking. What? Just get out. Get out. Get out.
It was nice to see you.
Yep. Go teach history, not her story.
Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for wherever this was. Hopefully I'll be invited back. Till next time. Bye.
And now for sports, we have Philip Johnson White. Yes. Hello, my name is Philip Johnson White, and welcome back to my sports segment. Finally into the month of March, and with that comes a plethora of spring sports. That includes baseball, girls softball, and soccer, and boys volleyball. Be ready to go out and support them, even in this bipolar Chicago weather. It'll be warm for spring break, I hope. I'll announce the dates for the first games in my next segment. One of our broadcast journalism students, Tommy No, made a video for his personal project where he asked teachers about how sports impact their lives. Being an athlete, he spoke on his experience with sport and how it impacted his life as well. Let's cut to his video now.
Try it again.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and in this video I asked people on how sports impacted their lives. Well, for me, sports impacted my lives in several ways. Not only did it help me through my ups and downs, but I've overcome several injuries. I built strong relationships, and it helped me focus more on school because my coaches always told me, if you had this certain grade, then you wouldn't be able to play, and that always drive me to become a better student athlete. Let's take a look.
Taught me so much about life, how I need to stay calm under pressure, how hard work pays off. The more time I put into doing the sport I do, for instance, I did wrestling in high school, the more benefits I got out of it, the better I got, the more wins I got, and I just applied that to life.
So one of the ways that sports have impacted my life is actually my career. I became a PE teacher because I like to play sports, I like to teach individuals different types of sports, rules, teamwork, how to achieve a goal. Another way that sports have impacted my life is knowing that I have to work hard for everything that I do.
And it taught me kind of how to work as a team, how to work with other people, and kind of take direction too. If somebody's telling you what to do, you can only get better if you follow what they're saying. Now I coach baseball. It's a big part of my life. I watch a lot of baseball, huge Cubs fan. But I spend a lot of my time reading about sports and understanding sports through kind of math. So I bring in what I like, math, into other things that I like, sports.
I was in high school, I was on the track team and basketball and football, and the importance of being part of a team, knowing your role and how other people have their role to accomplish a common goal is, I think, one of the most important things about sports.
Everything I got in my life it came through sports. My best friends, my business partners, the job that I got right now came through sports. My wife came through sports, so
it just helped me because it helped me focus more on like my goals. When I set a goal in sports, I really want to go get the goal. So I use that in my outside life to do my work and school and stuff. Yeah.
Well, sports really had a profound impact on my life. In general, throughout high school, I was a pretty shy person. So for me, getting involved in both swimming and soccer helped me socially. It made it easier to make friends.
Be a better person because I work with people, and it helps me collaborate and learn about like the things I need to work on and take like criticism in like a good way and like improvise and like improve on that. And also helps me be like a more fit person than I really am because like I'm
wanted to be a professional basketball player, football player, baseball player at different points in my life, and whatever sport I was watching a lot of and playing, I would really take it full blast. Interestingly, when I was in high school, though, I still like to play sports with my friends, but I never was on the team, and I sort of disliked the culture of sports in high school, so I ended up really turning towards rock music and started playing the guitar, made friends with people that were really into music. The culture of music is a little bit different than the culture of sports, so I feel like that helped me discover my voice and who I am a little bit more than sports did.
A lot of my life has just completely revolved around hockey, from not going to college right away after high school to all of the things I skipped in high school to sacrifice myself to hockey. So it's been incredibly impactful. I think hockey is a major reason of why I am the person I am today.
So let's take it to Syed Muhammad, the other sports person, and he will be giving you guys his basketball recap for the whole season as they finish at 10-8. Let's cut to his video now.
Hey Senn, my name is Syed and I'll be introducing you guys to my first ever and new piece here on Senn TV, the Senn Boys Varsity Playoff Recap. Now I'll be recording all the games and dishing out the highlights. Enjoy. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first playoff game of the 2018 year for the Senn Boys Varsity Basketball team, as they're in the conference playoffs now and they'll look to take over this conference playoff bracket and become the conference champions. Their first team to face is Rickover, their rival. They faced Rickover earlier in the year, in the regular season in fact, and beat them by 46 points, 82-36. In that game, Noah and Solomon, the dynamic duo of Senn, got a combined total of 48 points. Here comes Rickover though to start things off. Kevin Zayn going right through the lane with this layup. Nice scoop layup by Kevin Zayn. Tariq Rollins, nice post move by Tariq. Rickover up early, 4-0. Here they come on the break. Right back at Senn. Rollins jags the layup. Philip Baseman chases the loose ball, dishes it out to Zayn for the three, and Zayton banks it home. Zayn had 5 early first quarter points, and that was all for the rest of the game. Here comes Rollins. He makes a pull-up three also. He also had 5 points in the first. Here comes Noah coming off the steal out in the break.
makes the layup. And here comes Noah again, gets another steal. Solomon, nice pass to Noah, and Noah jams it in. Senn getting things done on defense. Another steal right here. Noah with the layup. 26 points off turnovers by Senn in the first half. Here's Noah again, another layup. And Senn again, here they come with the full court press, pressing Rickover. Jawan gets the steal and the basket, count it in, and one basket. He shot a free throw in that and made it. Jawan has 7 points in the first. Here is DeAndre with the nice steal. He gets an and one basket to go along with it. And here is Noah, another steal. They're out in the break. Here he comes with the left-handed layup, and he gets it to fall. Senn destroyed Rickover.
Alright, that was all the time I had for this segment. Until next time, adios amigos. Until next time, toots my gooch, shorty.